Good morning. It's Monday morning. Time for another week. So we brought in the Meyer lemon over the weekend. We did it on Sunday. It's supposed to be 91 today, with the low of 67. And they can handle as low as 50, but usually, about 55. I definitely want to bring it in. It's supposed to, over the this week, it's supposed to get to about 47 degrees at night. It's not supposed to be able to handle that according to what the instructions said. So I'm going to follow with what they're telling me, and they're telling me that the instructions is telling me that it's not going to be good for, the tree. So we brought it in over the weekend on Sunday evening. And I watered it. I didn't water it throughout the week because I wanted to, it's going to be heavy. If it's watered, it's going to be even heavier. So, but I did water it once, this morning. And I won't put any fertilizer in it, nothing over the winter. The growth of it will slow down tremendously. I might get, a couple little leaves here or there produced, but for the most part, it doesn't really grow that much over the winter months. If you're in a more of a tropical environment, I would say that it would, you could keep it out as long as it doesn't get to 50 degrees. But here it snows and it gets pretty cold, so I'm going to definitely have it in my house. It's nice to have it back in here, but it's just getting used to the fact that I don't have that room that I'm used to having over the spring and summer and early fall. I'm going to be cutting this back so that way it's not hindering my carnivorous plants. I know that down here, I'm going to be moving this plant, the snake plant, or mother-in-law's tongue, whatever you want to call it, down here a little farther because it doesn't need direct sun. I'm going to be moving the aloe down just a little bit so that way these limbs won't hinder my aloe at all. This is a 60-inch pot. This is all that this tree's going to need. It's on a dolly with rollers, so that way I can move it around easier. I did put plastic on I think we used a trash bag, and we put it down there, and of course the bottom has the plastic is like through the holes, so that way it can drain. We do have 30 pounds of rock in it and 12 medium-sized bags of soil for citrus. And again, I use a fertilizer. I put 4 of them in the spring, and the fertilizer is for citrus trees. And as you can see, it's getting pretty big. Now down here, I'm going to prune down here. I'm going to prune these right here. And so I think that'll be better for the tree itself. I do have a couple of jumping spiders on here because I picked them up, carried them out of my house, and put them on the tree. And so I'll be misting the leaves a little bit for the spiders. But if the spiders get too close to this, I may end up having to get a spider enclosure, so that way I can put them in the enclosure, and then I can just feed and water them there. And then, as you can see, the tree is kind of bending a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to straighten it up by turning it towards the, this part will go towards the inside of the house. So that way it'll come back up and straighten. And then I'll put this in a little better position to help this go back up. At least that's the plan. I'm not saying that it's not the greatest plan, but I do know that plants will go towards the light. So wherever there's light, like this will literally go towards the window. And then, so if I turn this, it should, the upper part, whatever's closest to the inside of the house, will literally try to go towards the window. So that's how you straighten that out. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't understand why it did it over the summer. But, hey, yeah, I'm not going to complain. We'll just work with it and see what we can do. But you can see how it's kind of bent right there. So what I'll do is I'll keep turning it and see if I can't get this to straighten out a little bit better. Because it has like a little curve right here. I mean, it's not going to hurt it as long as you keep turning it. It's not going to hurt it. But I definitely want to try to get it straightened up a little bit more. So over the winter, I will miss this. One, because of the spiders, unless I get the enclosure and I put them in it. But two, because it'll, help keep the dust off the leaves. Another thing that I do is I wet a paper towel and I just kind of wipe the leaves. Because it's in your house. And my house is dusty because I have plaster walls. So it gets dusty really easy. So I'm going to do that so that way you can breathe. And then, of course, so what I do for when it comes to watering is I put my finger down in the soil, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and if I don't feel moisture, just feels dry, then I know that I have to water my tree. But if I do feel it, then, I feel moisture, then I don't water the tree. You don't want to overwater it. Now what I did is I used this, it's distilled water, to water the tree today. And tomorrow, when I water it again, I'll put a little bit of city water with the distilled when I water it. And then eventually, I'll just keep adding a little more and as I go. And eventually, it'll be all city water that'll go on it. Now, I did water it with the hose several times, so I don't even think city water would actually bother it, but I'm not taking that chance because a lot of times when it got watered with just the rain. Now, I did pick up perlite, which is the white stuff you see right here. I did pick up perlite, mixed it in with my soil. It just helps with the moisture control. I got this tree from fastgrowing.com. I would recommend them. It was a very healthy tree when I got it. It was just a little thing. And the trees grow fast. They ship them great. It was protected, well protected in the shipping. They were quick on shipping it. I had no complaints whatsoever. They were just they knew what they were doing. And by knowing what you're doing and sending it out to the consumer, it makes it easier on us. Because we're learning how to take care of these trees. But I think the tree looks great in the house. As you can see. I'm just kind of backing up and showing you. But that's why I did a really heavy clean over here. Because as you can see, the tree does take up a big amount of space. Plus, it just needed it. I clean every day, but, to rip everything apart, just completely tear it apart and clean it, that's twice a year. Other than that, I dust, I sweep, I maintain, and then that's what I do. I mean, and it's and it takes a while, especially when you do a fish tank right along with that on the same day. It takes a while. So this is my Meyer lemon. It said that between 2 to 3 years it would produce. I don't care if it produces or not, to be honest. I like my tree. It really makes my living room look, a little more inviting. And, and even if it didn't, I don't care. I like it. It's my tree. I babied it through the winter, and I babied it through, I just babied it. I mean, it's went through 2 summers here and 1 winter. And as you can see, it's doing great. You can't ask for better. The lemon tree is a orange lemon tree. I guess it's a hybrid. And so you get your sweet, savory flavor on these lemons. But they have all kinds of trees there. They got olives, they got oranges, they got mandarins, they got, limes. So, but that's the tree. If you guys have any questions, feel free to, leave a comment. I'll try to answer it, to the best of my knowledge. This is a learning curve for me, but like I said, I was able to house it 1 full winter. If you have a good climate, to where tropical, like a tropical climate, then these would be great outside even in the wintertime. But if you got to bring it in, I know how to house them. So if you need anything, any questions or any ideas, definitely I'm all for ideas. Just, leave a comment and I will answer you. Okay, friends, you guys have a great day, and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. And there'll be more videos to come on the Meyer lemon, plus also my other indoor plants that some of them I just brought in, some of them I just purchased, like that one over there, and that's it. Okay, friends, you guys have a great day.